Title idea: The Village That Stole from the Spirits, African Folktale with a Powerful Lesson. Have you ever heard of a village that became rich overnight, but the price they paid later was something no one could imagine? This is the story of a greedy man, a sacred forest, and a secret that should never have been discovered. Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by thick forests, there lived a young hunter named Obinna. Obinna was strong and brave, but he had one big problem. He was never satisfied with what he had. While other villagers were happy farming and hunting just enough food for their families, Obinna always wanted more wealth, more power, and more respect. One day, while hunting deep in the forest, Obinna discovered something strange. Hidden behind tall trees and thick vines was a mysterious cave glowing with golden light. Curious, he stepped inside. What he saw made his heart race. Inside the cave were piles of gold, jewels, and shining treasures, more wealth than he had ever seen in his life. But there was also something else. At the center of the cave stood a stone statue of an ancient forest spirit. Suddenly, a deep voice echoed inside the cave. "Take only what you need, and leave before the moon rises." Obinna looked around but saw no one. He quickly grabbed a small bag of gold and ran back to the village. When he arrived, the villagers were amazed. "Where did you get this?" they asked. Obinna lied and said he found it while hunting. But that night, greed entered his heart. He thought, "If I could take this much in one day, imagine how rich I would be if I go back tomorrow." So the next morning, he returned to the cave. This time, he brought a bigger bag. The voice echoed again. "Take only what you need, and leave before the moon rises." But Obinna ignored the warning. He filled his bag with gold, then another, and another. Soon the sun began to set. But Obinna was too busy gathering treasure to notice. Suddenly, the cave began to shake. The glowing light turned dark, and the stone statue's eyes opened. A powerful voice thundered, "You were warned." The ground trembled as the treasure turned into stones and dust. Obinna tried to run, but the entrance of the cave slowly closed. Terrified, he screamed for help. The next morning, villagers went searching for him. They found the cave, but inside there was no gold, no treasure, and no Obinna. Only a stone statue that looked exactly like him. From that day, the villagers learned an important lesson. Greed can turn a blessing into a curse. And elders say that deep in that forest, the cave still exists, waiting for the next greedy visitor. And that is why our elders say, "Take only what you need, because greed can cost you everything." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. More African folktales coming soon.